How y'all doing today? The topic of today's video is simply titled Healthy Conversations. Healthy Conversations. You know what I think about when I'm thinking about this? This wasn't the initial spark that caused me to think of the topic of this video. I actually forgot what caused me to really think about that. But as I was talking to a loved one, it was actually today, and I was referring back to a situation revolving around this, it hit home perfectly on what this topic is. And I thought about it, I'm going to use my father. Well, I am talking about, this is a very real situation. I'm going to say I'm going to use my father for the example, but that's what I'm talking about in this situation. And I remember it was at a time of, and I've spoken about my father in my book. Well, I've spoken about all of my family in my book. But on this here, bring it home, talking about dad. Daddy is what I call him. We would talk, my dad, no matter what I've talked to him about, he's never gotten antsy or seemed like he's blowing me off with whatever it was that I was going through or talking about, or however many times I've covered it with him. I always felt like I had his undivided attention. And I remember with dealing with just a lot of foolishness that was around me that I wasn't used to dealing with because of me moving back home to a situation. It was just a lot of things that I was dealing with. When I'm saying home, not living home with my parents, I'm just talking about to my home area. And it was just a lot of things going on, and I was talking with him, and it was no time that I couldn't not call him. I remember one time calling him at even 6 in the morning because of something that was going down before going to work. And we've talked on and off. And what I'm saying by on and off, I catch him up with things that was going on. And I remember one time we had talked, and he was like, "Yeah, since I hadn't heard from you, I figured things must be good." I wasn't slighted or offended in the least. I'm saying that to bring this topic home on what I'm saying. It had been a bunch of times of talking to him. I'm like, man, hey, I got to beg your pardon on calling and talking to you about this minutia. And I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, I'm going to have to do something up on this because this stuff can't keep repeating. I'm distancing myself from these situations and these folks. They got this stuff going on, but it's just, I'll distance myself, come back to it, and it's just like I never left, and it's just hot and heavy, and it's just rolling again. And even though I'm keeping my cool with it, I'm calling, I'm playing catch up with him. It was just, it was like a never-ending cycle. Once I started to get things squared away, put up the appropriate boundaries that I needed to have in place. Man, I'm really trying not to look into this camera because, like I said, these lights are bright and I keep dimming them, but I don't want it to the point where you can't see me. So I'm staring away because I'm trying to hang in there and keep recording these videos. Eyes are hurting, head is hurting. It's almost about 2:30 in the morning. But anyways, when I started alleviating this stuff from up out of my circle, and I was trying to put some distance, and there even been times where I would call and speak with them, and I'm like, man, I ain't gonna even talk about XYZ that went down because it's tiresome. But he's so easy to talk to that often it would spill out and it spill over into what was going on. So going back to what I said and saving you all the point between A to B, as I was cleaning up situations up off of my life that had nothing to do with me, it was just circumstances, things that I was allowing in, I noticed that my talk was changing. Remember what I said earlier when I stated my father made the comment, and it wasn't a slight in the least of, since I hadn't talked to you, I just figured and hoped and knew things were going good. I'm associating that now with reflecting on that. It was just like, because there was always something going on when I'm talking. So it leads a person to believe, hey, I ain't hearing from you. Things must be going smooth, which nothing wrong with his thinking up on that. But it lets me know it was something wrong with the situations that were going on up around me. I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I should be able to call my daddy, talk to him like a normal person would talk to somebody. When you're just chopping it up, shooting the breeze. As I started to heal these situations up around me and, like I said, make room for healthier things up off of my life, my talk changed. I was able to get to a point of talking with them and not having to talk about no doggone drama. That is the basis of this video. Healthy conversations. I'm just using that real world example of me and him as an example to you all. Think about it. If I'm doing it with him, then I would be doing it with others. What are you doing? That's what we talk about on this channel on healing, moving past things. Quit being pulled and drawn into this stuff. Recognizing healthy and unhealthy. It's not enough just to recognize what's healthy. You got to recognize what's unhealthy. And then you got to bridge the gap between the two. What allows you to make a change? That's my 2 cents on it. If you hadn't already, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on other social media, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. This is where I'm hosting my videos at. My name's Ayin. Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. You all have a good one.